A major international conference got underway in Georgetown today. The 2018 Biennial Conference of the Commonwealth Association for Public Administration and Management, CAPAM, was today officially declared open by Prime Minister Moses Nagamutu, who is performing the duties of president. Stacey Carmichael was there and filed this report.
The acting president underscored the importance of partnerships and collaboration across borders in tackling climate change.
The Cooperative Republic of Guyana is keen to collaborate with and learn from all innovative ideas at this historic juncture when we ourselves are engaged in reorienting and repositioning our public sector to embark on the path of a green state agenda, as well as management of our environment as we develop a new oil and gas industry.
The critical role of the public service in safeguarding the national patrimony was also highlighted.
While CAPAM will invariably play its part in assisting with transformational change and international cooperation, a sustained local multi-stakeholder approach to any green agenda is necessary for its effective and efficient implementation. Seven multi-stakeholder expert groups made up of public sector, private sector, and wider civil society members have been working with the Green State Development Strategy since its beginning in 2017.
The conference is being held under the theme Transforming the Public Sector for Climate Governance. It brings together an international network of public service managers who will look for common ground in addressing the threats of climate change while ensuring sound economic growth. From the Marriott Hotel with videographer Akeem Thomas, Stacey Carmichael for InfoHub.
Still on CAPAM, President of the Association, Tantri, Dr. Ali Hamza, today said the theme of this year's conference is timely, given emerging global environmental challenges. Here again is Stacey.
With many regions experiencing both shared and unique climate challenges, it is clear that effective and efficient climate governance must occur across government systems through a multitude of sectors and industries in order to better tackle the complex environmental matters.
Dr. Ali Hamza said at the same time the reality of ensuring strong economic growth for the nations and citizens remains all-consuming.
How does the public sector manage this duality? Are there policies, strategies, and approaches that account for both climate responsibility and economic prosperity? These are the questions that will be answered through our sub-teams and sub-group of experts and participants will discuss all these topics.
The CAPAM president also urged that focus be placed on implementing the required legislation to adequately protect the environment. Meantime, Director of Governance and Peace Directorate, Commonwealth Secretariat, Catalina Sapolu, while echoing similar sentiments, called for the development of appropriate national strategies, such as the Green State Development Strategy, GSDS.
The Commonwealth is supporting member states through the provision of technical assistance to facilitate the creation of adequate local capacity to address the threats posed by climate change. One important aspect of this assistance relates to access to climate finance, as mandated by Commonwealth Heads of Government at the 2018 Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting that took place in London. Climate change has been identified as a major priority in the response to climate change.
Plenary sessions are being hosted throughout the day. The conference concludes on Wednesday, October 24. For InfoHub, Stacey Carmichael.
And now, Tiffany Rogers reports that President Granger on Friday last urged Rupununi residents to develop entrepreneurial skills to add value to raw materials produced in Guyana.
The head of state opened the second annual Regional Agricultural and Commercial Exhibition, or RACE, held at the Lethem Public Market. The president said RACE is an avenue through which the region can produce value-added products for public consumption. This will, over time, transform the economy.
So when we speak about RACE, Regional Agricultural and Commercial Exhibition, you come to the understanding of why Guyana is poor. Because we have not been able to transform our economy. Nothing is wrong with producing bauxite. Nothing is wrong with producing timber. But after decades, we must be able to move production forward by adding value. So the rich countries are the ones which manufacture and process. And the poor countries are the ones which produce the raw materials. And as long as you continue simply producing raw materials for export, you remain poor.
Minister of Indigenous Peoples Affairs Sidney Allicock noted race ensures food security across the country, especially as the effects of climate change become more pronounced.
Today we are witnessing climate change. We're feeling it, we're seeing it. And race it is for us to be able to have food security. Race is important.
The brainchild of President Granger, race was introduced to promote agricultural development and to encourage citizens, including those in the hinterland, to better market their products. Since its inception, race has been expanding as farmers across the country have started to recognize the value of the initiative. For InfoHub, Tiffany Rogers.
Join us after the break for the latest update on the CDC's aid distribution to Venezuelan migrants in Region 1.
HIV can be lurking anywhere. Be aware and be safe. HIV testing is free and confidential. Testing is available at health centers, NGOs, outreaches, and private clinics. Knowing one's status is the key to remaining healthy. Knowing your status gives you the power. Get tested today.
Welcome back. More food supplies were sent to Venezuelan migrants in the Berrima-Winey region. Paul McAdams spoke with project manager of the Civil Defense Commission, Anita Wilson-Lane, and filed this report.
The items that we're going to be distributing this time are actually through collaboration with the International Organization for Migration. So we're going to be distributing 88 food hampers to 4 communities in Region 1 about a month ago. So given the time frame, we realized that because how much time has passed on the items that they would have received, they should by now be ready to receive a second set of food items.
Wilson-Lane said 28 hampers will be distributed to Cans Hill, 15 to Camwater, 24 to Smith Creek, and 18 to Yarakita. The distribution is part of a collaborative effort between the Ghana Civil Defense Commission and the International Organization for Migration. Paul McAdam for InfoHub.
More firearm licenses were distributed to residents of indigenous communities. Here is that report.
Minister of Indigenous Peoples Affairs Sidney Allicock visited Camarang over the weekend to make the distribution.
And we are very pleased to be able to deliver on our promise, although it took some time. But I think good things come to those who wait. And today you have in your hands the good thing for your livelihood.
Earlier this month, Minister Allicock and Ministers of Public Security Kemraj Ramjatan and Public Affairs Dawn Hastings-Williams issued firearms and licenses to residents from 12 villages in Region 7. This weekend's distribution is a follow-up to the earlier meeting, Minister Allicock noted.
The last time the Minister Ramjatan and Deputy Commissioner Williams, they were here, they were able to resolve a number of issues. And we were able to bring some of those, well, I think all. We got 6 that were outdated or needed upgrading, those applications for purchase of firearms.
Back in 2015, residents had turned in their unlicensed firearms during the Ministry of Public Security's amnesty program. The ministry's plans was to regularize the system, conduct safety checks, and allow for firearm holders, including indigenous people, to be licensed. For InfoHub, Tiffany Rogers.
Patrons turned out in their numbers on Saturday last to get a final glimpse of the more than 120 exhibitors at the inaugural Green Ghana Expo hosted at the National Stadium. Tiffany Rogers tells us more.
InfoHub spoke to some of the patrons about their expo experience.
I've seen a lot of private persons actually coming out and doing their stuff, bringing out their goods to showcase and so on. A lot of booths you never used to see back in the past, you're now seeing coming out now. And there's a lot of new stuff coming out, so it's very good.
And I'm really impressed with the local folks, especially the young people. The products, met some people from East Frankfurt actually, and I was really impressed with the the use of the local products that we have.
This Green Expo was very fun. It was very enlightening. Lots of things that I learned. I could go teach my friends in school and so. This Green Expo was really exciting. So I bought a couple of books for reading, and so I got a couple plants to go and plant in my yard, make it look good.
The first of its kind, Green Guyana Expo, began on October 18 and concluded with a grand concert on Saturday, October 20. The Green Guyana Expo and International Business Summit was held under the theme Sustainable Economic Growth through Small Business Innovation, Entrepreneurship and Transformative Government Policies. For InfoHub, Tiffany Rogers.
And 2 Lusignan prison escapees are still being hunted by the joint services. Paul Goraya and Kabina Stevens are on the run. Report any information you may have to 220-4173 or the nearest police station. Remember, breast cancer prevention starts with healthy habits such as limiting alcohol and staying physically active. That's all for this evening. Connect with us on WhatsApp, social media and our website at dpi.gov.gy. Your bridge and weather reports are up next. Goodbye.